up?
What is going on, brother? How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Another day, another day.
Sounds like way too much fun for me. Way too much fun is what it sounds like that you have going on.
I don't know. I don't think there's been a whole lot of anything. I've been so busy at work lately that I just haven't even been able to see what's going on. I do pretty sure, isn't it? This Friday that the Funko game comes out, isn't it?
What's that?
I think the Funko game comes out this Friday.
Tomorrow it comes out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow the Funko game comes out. Look, I'll make sure though, because just in case I'm wrong by chance, I'm pretty.
You realize it's Friday the 13th this Friday?
I did not realize that it was Friday the 13th this Friday.
But
do you ever realize that it's Friday the 13th?
Not till recently, not till it usually comes up quickly.
So let me tell you this like crazy thing is that I typically stay so busy that I don't know what day it is most of the time. Most of the time. That's not even me like being crazy. Like people come to me and they'll be like, they'll say, man, I'm so busy. I do this job and then I play like softball with the boys twice a week. I'm like, are you crazy, man? Because I do a job, I then go and coach, and then I do the candy business, and it's like, hold on.
I used to be pretty bad with dates, but because this is probably the first job I ever had where like I got to keep my calendar up to date, stuff like that, because I'm always got different groups trying to do Zoom calls or team calls or having me go out and do walks on things and stuff like that. So I have to keep my calendar up to date. So it's like it used to be rarely the last thing I ever did, but it's like last thing I check at the end of every night before I left is what's my calendar for tomorrow, and then the first thing I check when I get in is what's on my calendar for today.
So then I go to the gym every morning. Then I work, and then I come home and get the candy stuff. We go live, we do more candy stuff, and then we repeat and wash that every day. Every day, that's repeat and rinse every day. So people come to you and they're like, "Oh man, I'm really busy." It's like, come on, man, you're not that busy. you can still squeeze things in there. People come to me, "Oh, here's my favorite thing, Chris. This is my favorite thing on the planet that I hear from people that say to me that I think is really awesome. You ready for this one? This is what I love when people come to me and they're like, I wish I had the motivation to go to the gym every day. You think that's motivation? Do you think like for 1 second that's like motivation? Like I have that much motivation that I wake up half dead, roll out of the bed, brush my teeth, eyes still closed, throw some clothes on and go to the gym. If that is not motivation, that is discipline.
And I think that all depends. That's very good discipline. And I think that all depends on the person. Because when I was in Vegas and we lived out there and I was going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, I had lost a bunch of weight in a different area. Of course, I ended up eventually gaining it all back and plus more. I was going to the gym 5-6 days a week. But I wasn't a morning gym guy. My wife was always the type where if she worked out in the morning. I was never a morning workout person. I'm done with work and I stopped off at the gym on my way home, put in, 2 to 3 hours of a workout. And, that I was going with that. I was comfortable because then I could I'd go home, get some dinner and kind of, cool down and rest my day. But I think it all depends. Like my wife is she works out in the morning. She prefers it. And I think it all depends on the person. But just working out nonetheless is self-discipline. I haven't because I'm doing 12 at least 12-hour days lately. I just haven't been able to figure out a workout routine. I'm going to be in trouble because apparently I'm supposed to be doing a Savage race on November 2nd.
That's right. You're supposed to be doing
a Savage race, and the only benefit I got is I'm still losing weight. So hopefully, the more weight I can lose by then, the more I can toss myself over friggin' walls and shit. Because I have not worked out at all, and I suck. But
I have a feeling that you're going to have to put some exercise in. Just call it a small hunt.
The only thing I do have is through this month, my job, they encourage these things, of course, wellness and stuff. And they have this thing where this month you can link to this app and you can put in like a 5K to get you to at least get a point of a 5K or something.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a virtual 5K is what it is, a wellness virtual 5K. So I may just sign up for that anyways, just because hey, maybe that'll encourage me to get out. It doesn't mean I have to do the whole 5K at once, but it encourages me to at least get out, even at least on the weekends, because I have been very bad about even going out on the weekends. But I do agree with you. I really need to start working out.
That's my favorite thing though that people say to me. People say, "I wish I had that motivation." I can assure you,
Everybody's got it in them.
it's not motivation.
It's just what they're doing. And I don't know if you're like you. Is for me, there's different people. Everybody likes different stuff. But I always, when I used to go to the gym 5 days a week, I loved it. I actually really, really love. Once I got in the gym, start working out, especially on a day that like if I got pissed off at work or something like that, I could go to the gym and just start lifting and just get all that aggression and that everything out. And then by the time I'm done my workout, I feel great. I used to really enjoy it, and a lot of people don't like going to the gym because certain reasons. Maybe it's the type of gym they don't like. I liked going to where I used to call them the meatheads. You got the meatheads that sit down there with the free weights and shit like that. I found that motivational, whereas a lot of people find that very intimidating.
Yeah, I'm one of those meatheads that are like sitting down there.
But I used to talk to a lot of them, even though I didn't do a lot of the free weights. I was the type where I would used to talk to them because the thing with the meatheads was just great because if you're not sure about a technique or dude, go ask a meathead. They love talking about nothing but working out, and they love being able to show people what to do and things like that. I've had some great conversations with them, especially if you want to know workout or supplements or something like that. Talk to a meathead.
Well, I'm one of those meatheads at the gym. So if we go to that aspect of it, right? So there's a group of guys that I like seeing almost every day of the week. I mean, almost every day of the week. Miss a few days here or there. Only to kind of like talk shit and like let shit vent. I mean, that's like the one place where we get to be like boys, right? I mean, that's like the one time and place where we get to be boys, right? I mean, which I guess if you don't, if you don't like understand, then I guess you just don't understand what I mean. And I'm not going to go into any detail, but that's where you get to just kind of say what you want and be who you are, right? You don't have to like try and filter what you're saying because you might offend somebody. You don't really care if you offend everybody in that circle. You just say what you want and y'all just do what you want and you just work out and talk shit. Yeah, I mean it's just what you do. So I guess in some aspects I am one of those media. So there's that part of it that I enjoy, but I don't have the motivation. It's truly not there. It's not some like divine like I'm motivated to go there. It's God honest, just discipline. It's just I know that I got to do it or I'm not going to sleep at night. I know that I got to get up. I got to go do this. I've got to physically exert myself or I'm not going to sleep. I mean,
I think I really just like the gym atmosphere, to be honest with you. There's a thing about it.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And then especially when you start like getting around the meatheads long enough and people start going for like PBs and stuff, it starts becoming a lot of fun at that moment to kind of encourage people to do better. But I also think that I'm kind of that person that likes to encourage people to do better.
Well, I think it's a very misconception, and I learned this when I used to, because I had a great gym in Las Vegas when we lived there, and I loved to go into that gym. But and I knew guys from that used to run up on the track all the time. To when I was lifting, I got to know a lot of people because they would work out around the same time I would, all the time. So you kind of get used to the people that are there, and I get why people can feel intimidated by environments like that. But it's also just open your mind and talk to people because, like I said, I've met some of the nicest guys from doing that. And like I said, especially when it comes to working out and you're not sure, they are some of the best people. They are so open to helping you out. It's not funny. So it's some things, maybe just some people opening up and trying something different. But I've always been a fan of that type of gym. Whereas my wife is opposite. She would rather work out at home by herself with no one around. So I get why people The only place I think I ever laughed my ass off at was I think when I came out here to Florida, I was looking for a new gym, and I went to a Planet Fitness, and these guys literally told me that if I was lifting, because if you're trying to max out day and trying to find out or something, what your max is on something, you're going to try to put some effort into it, and you may make some noises, you may grunt, or you may do this. Yeah, they have a friggin' light meter that
Yeah.
if you grunt or something too loud, it goes off and you get kicked out of the gym for the day. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is the biggest load of bull crap I've ever heard in my life. So no, thank you. I'm out.
Yeah, so I've actually been kicked out of a Planet Fitness before.
Yeah, I think
So,
that's absolutely retarded.
So I used to wear bandanas every time I would go to the gym, not because I'm in some kind of thuggish gang, but just because it keeps the sweat from rolling in your eyes.
I used to always have ball caps.
So I used to always wear a bandana, and I would either wear it like Tupac, or it would just be some strange way of wearing it. Right? It was never like the orthodox way of wearing it. I always wear it in some strange way. Well, apparently you can't do that at Planet Fitness. That's considered gang attire. So I when they asked me to politely take it off, I politely told them that I wouldn't.
And I would just keep walking right out that
That's
door.
right. I'm not taking it off. I couldn't understand the rule, and so I decided that it was probably just best for me to leave.
I think that type of environment is for the casual person, the person that of course is maybe intimidated by the meatheads or something like that. There's an environment for everybody, and I can respect that. But I mean, rules like that, I mean, to me, that kind of discourages somebody giving it their all.
It does, and so Planet Fitness was actually, you ever wonder why Planet Fitness's membership is so low? Have you ever wondered that? Have you ever been like, man, how's your membership? I think now it's like $10. It used to be like $5 a month. Planet Fitness used to be $5 a month. You ever ask yourself why it was $5 a month? Because Planet Fitness figured out that you would be too lazy to go cancel your membership at $5 a month, and that's how they made their money. Is that they charged very little in their membership, and they didn't want anybody actually working out there. But they figured at $5 you would be too lazy to go cancel your membership, so you would just keep paying membership at a building that you weren't going to because you were too lazy to go play it, and it worked.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Canceling a membership is not the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes, when I went with the Las Vegas Athletic Club in Vegas, I loved the gym. I was sad but I was moving out of the area, stuff like that. They made me go to a completely different location that actually had their offices. I had to fill out this form explaining why other than that I didn't need it anymore, but explaining why I was canceling it. And I had to have a good reason. And of course, moving out of the area was a good reason, but it was like, it's like, really? So canceling. I mean, mind you, I love that gym. I love the employees there. Like I said, you get there so much often. They get to know you, so they automatically have a towel ready for you. You know your routines. I got to find the pure enjoyment of a steam room,
right?
Being at that gym. But yeah, it's a different environment and something. But I definitely need to get back into doing something. I got to do something. I'm not ready to spend gym membership just yet. When I do have a clubhouse in our community I can go to, I've got many different aspects. I got to get into a routine for that before I decide to start adding a gym into that.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But you got to get to it soon because you got that coming up.
Yeah.
So don't forget, you got to get some physical exertion.
I think my boss is going to be dragging me through this damn Savage race.
So the funny thing is we had been talking for a while now that
Johnny?
It looked like Funko was going into the Battle Royale game with their new game, right? I mean, I know me and you talked about it, and we weren't real sure. Like, I got the demo version, and the demo really doesn't show you anything. The demo is kind of this vague, like what's going on, right? You don't really get anything out of it. It's just, I don't know if y'all played the demo version. I have. You can only move like into two different rooms. You can't really do anything. You can't do anything. You can just move around, which is weird because then they don't want you playing on the PC. They almost make you like sign a contract saying that you'll use a remote, even though I used all the same controllers. Like if I was playing Fortnite, all the same controllers as Fortnite. Also, by the way, heads up, all the same controls as Fortnite. So if you played Fortnite, all the same controls. I absolutely love that part of it. that I could just kind of go from one to the other with the same hand movements. It is a battle royale. I mean, it's a battle royale. I'll show you. They finally like released like the another trailer to it. So I'll show you like this one, and we'll hope that Chris doesn't get a copyright strike, because that's what
Oh, I
happened
don't
last
care
time.
either way if you do.
That's what happened last time. I did this with, which is dumb, that Funko would go after you like that for playing their videos, because it's not like they're not making music or movies. They're trying to sell things. Super odd when companies like come after you that are need people to actually like need people to promote their stuff. Super strange when that happens, but they
You're good either way. I don't care about copyright strikes.
but they hit me with the copyright strike. So this is the beginning. So this is kind of, they're giving you an overview of the characters that's going to be in the game, but you can see that the gameplay is clearly a battle royale. I mean, it is clearly a battle royale.
Chicken guy.
KFC guy.
Well, see, again, I did mention that I think the benefit of icons, and again, you know, and of course, downloadable content is definitely could be benefit within there, but you know, they're taking an icon of KFC, you know, Colonel Sanders, and making into a thing, which I mean, I've been calling. There's so many different avenues.
Characters. There's so many different characters they're going to have in this game that they already have the licensings for. So they got the He-Mans, they got the Jurassic Parks, they got the, now you see the KFC. I've seen the Back to the Futures. I've seen so many different characters so far that they're going to be using.
Here's the thing: is if this plays well and it does well, then you could be looking at Disney, a company like Disney, going, maybe we can you know, get in on this, just like they did kind of Fortnite type thing, and then we'll see, of course, you know, more of Disney characters. But I think we still got a long ways before that. I think it has to see how this thing goes, because this thing could be a total flop. You could buy it and then the gameplay sucks, and then it's, you know, crap.
I don't think so. All right, so let's hit the chat real quick. Like I see that we got some people in there. Let's
A few
say hey
people
to
in there.
them
We
real
got
quick.
Zach
Like,
Bonfriend in the
what's
house
up?
earlier. We got our friend Kenneth Bird.
What's
We got
poppin'?
Dead Zone
Dead
Citizen.
Zone's always in the house.
We got Mr. Johnny Knight popping in and out.
Let's
He's apparently
go.
still at work. We've got Mr. Simon Crook, and
yes.
we've got our good
Quick
friend
Draw.
Big
Yes.
Tom McGraw. Says he would rather cancel his credit card company. He would just call the credit card company and cancel than
So
on a gym membership. I agree. Disney
Yes.
did already bought
Yes.
Fortnite. They already have a whole Fortnite thing, and they work with them. But don't think that after a certain, I guarantee you, there's probably stipulations with Funko to say if you can pull off these types of goals with this game, Disney would be interested in putting their characters in it. I don't regardless of Fortnite, don't let that fool you. I guarantee you there's something in there.
Getting the bonus version of the so they are going to, there's going to be so much craziness when it comes to this, right? Because you're going to have companies that are going to jump on this so fast, like Chris just said, not necessarily Disney though, but Big Boy, for example, will be like, download my app, get the Big Boy character on the Funko game. You have so many like companies that are going to jump in on this with Funko.
I could see somebody doing that for Kool-Aid, doing it for Kool-Aid Man. I could see, you know, cereal boxes in the back doing it for, you know, Captain Crunch.
Yes.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Crazy. But it does look like 100% it's going to be a battle royale. I mean, we called it last time we watched it that it was going to be some form of a battle royale. Hey, here's the thing when it comes to the battle royales, though. When it comes to you said that as long as it plays well, when it comes to the battle royales like this, when you have Roblox, you have Stumble Guys, you have those games that are already kind of clunky, you kind of expect it to be a little clunky. It's almost part of the gameplay. Almost part of the gameplay itself is to be a little clunky. And if it's not a little clunky, then you're going to like wonder why not. You'll have people complaining saying it's too smooth. It's so you almost expect this to have a level of clunkiness to it while you're playing it. It can't have too much, right? It can't be buggy. It just has to be a little clunky. Like maybe when it takes me 2 times to pick my gun up instead of never being able to pick my gun up, right? Or maybe like I can't move to right as fast as I move to the left, right? I mean, you expect some level of like clunkiness to happen while you're playing this game, and that's almost the entertaining part because then it's not taken too serious. When
Yeah.
you get games that are super smooth, like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Body Cam, you get those games that are too smooth. It's very competitive. When you get games that are a little on the fun, the clunky side, it becomes very funny. Right. So you then suddenly me and you are playing this and we have two other people playing it with us. And instead of taking it super serious, we're just dogging everybody out over it. Right. I mean, because why not? Because you're just not taking it that serious. Right. It's not that serious. So you almost expect some of that to happen with this, and it'll probably make it a little bit more fun. I am excited. I think they pushed the date back though, because I could have swore the release date on this was tomorrow.
I thought it was Friday the 13th.
I must have been wrong. I would have bet money on it though that it was going to be this one, but they already have like the add-ons right ready. So they have the team the Fortress 2-pack, that one's ready. The Walking Dead is not ready yet, but it will be. This version will be ready for download on the 13th, which is not that far away. I mean, that's 2 days away now. You're going to be able to go get this one. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. I encourage everybody to get it if you can. I mean, unless you're I can't remember who it is in here that absolutely hates this game and says it's going to be dog water.
Well, here's one real quick. I want to show, and again,
pull it up.
If I'm already getting copyright, I might as well show more.
I'm sorry. Last time I showed something Fortnite at Funko, it happened.
Yeah, it don't really bother me anyway. But this is supposed to be the story trailer of some of it. Kind of interesting. Oh, the evil Funko Freddy.
Hey, it very much feels.
I think there could be somewhat of a story here. I don't know.
Just because it's a battle royale doesn't mean it won't have a storyline game mode, but it very much feels like it's going to be a battle royale. Yeah, there's some sort of story mode going on here.
Oh yeah, for sure, taking over. Freddy versus evil Freddy, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of story. I mean, I'm excited for that one right there. Of course, Back to the Future coming in on it, stuff like that. I mean, I'll be all over that one, but that's the biggest one I'm excited for. But there's all kinds of characters and franchises. Like Super Godzilla mode.
Yeah, I mean, even watching this is just like skits out of the movies that they put together for the game. It still very much looks like a battle royale.
I mean, the graphics don't look half bad, to be honest with you.
No, they're pretty good for what it is. I mean, it is, as long as you take it as face value, right? You take it at face value. This is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for this one. I want to play it first to see exactly what it's going to be like. I've never looked up 1010 Games to see what they were about, because that's the developers and the publishers of it is 1010 Games. Yeah. I don't know what else 1010 Games is like for. Let's find out. What else has 1010 Games made?
Just trying to see. Other than seeing on that end of that trailer all the different licensing, I was trying to see what the actual licensing are on them, but it's not fully telling you.
Oh, well, so far it looks like the only thing 1010 Games has developed is Funko Fusion, which is pretty wild. Here, I'll pull this up real quick because that one's kind of interesting, but it looks like the only thing that they have tried to champion right now is this, which is kind of weird, to be honest with you.
Unless it's a branch that Funko created.
That's kind of what it looks like, is that this is going to be some sort of a branch that was created. Let me figure out how to cut that off, because that's what's going to get you. Where's it at? Gotta be, oh, there we are. I'd say he's got to be
All right, they'll just get the pennies that I make.
Well, that's kind of how I felt when they hit me. I said, "Well, good, kudos to you guys. You'll get the 2 cent that I made off that video." I don't. Kudos to you. Universal's in this one, or is it just Universal characters? I don't really understand what that was about. Universal help them. Christina, what's up? How are you doing? I mean, so this is clearly like.
Here's the full list of, I guess, release day franchises. So you got Back to the Future, Battlestar Galactica, Chucky or Child's Play and Chucky, Five Nights at Freddy, Frankenstein, Hot Fuzz, Invincible, Jaws, Jurassic World, Knight Rider, Megan, Masters of the Universe, He-Man, Nope.
Does it go?
Scott Pilgrim, Shaun of the Dead, The Mummy, The Thing, The Umbrella Academy, The Walking Dead, Voltron, and Xena. Every Funko Fusion character, not every character has been revealed in Funko Fusion, but it also clear. So Back to the Future, you're going to have Doc Brown, 1995, Doc Brown in the jumpsuit, Marty McFly vest. So Battlestar Galactica will have 4 characters. Child's Play is only getting 1, which is Chucky. Five Nights at Freddy's just getting Freddy. Funko is, of course, getting Freddy Funko. Jaws has, wow. Wait. That's okay. So Jaws has, it's not showing. So some of these aren't showing, like Jurassic World. It's got Claire, Owen, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Indominus Rex, Knight Rider. It's got Michael, Knight, and Kit. Hot Fuzz has 5 characters. Master Universe is getting 3, which is Prince Adam, He-Man, and Skeletor. Universal Monsters is getting Frankenstein, Rick O'Donnell, and Evelyn. I guess both of these are from The Mummy. Umbrella Academy is getting a number of them. I just don't know Umbrella Academy that well. And so that's just a start. But, I mean, we also know that there are things like KFC and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, so it makes me wonder, though, why they haven't, like, released what kind of a game it is yet. I mean, because we still haven't like defined it, which tells me that it's going to be very much like a Stumble Guys style game, where you're going to have or Roblox for even, where you're going to have lots of games all like designed into one. You're going to have different rooms that you can go in to do different things. Some rooms are going to be battle royales. Other rooms are going to be gameplay. That's what it tells me. We're going to have a Roblox style games, which is kind of weird for the older generation like me, because you don't necessarily want to go somewhere where you have bunches of different things that you can do. You go there for one thing and not like all of the other background noise static, but it is a way to get younger kids into playing things.
I guess it's a way to bring the content to a whole nother group, and of whatever, I don't know. It could be interesting. Like I said, it's just like anything we've always said with Funko. This has a good potential, but just don't screw it up.
We'll see if they screw it up, because Funko has this ability to mess up everything that they touch.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the new releases on the Funko site. I don't know if anybody has like checked those out today. There was a few of them that I like caught right away that I wish that they would like figure something else out with. Like the Deadpool here.
It's hot cocoa.
And the sexy pose Deadpool. The sexy pose Deadpool right there with his hot cocoa. They need to quit making the sexy pose Deadpool.
I probably have to get the cap, because Christmas cap there. That's not bad. And just me with Captain America. I need to try to grab them when I can find them.
Yeah, but at least they did something different with him. They didn't have the same old Captain America that you keep seeing over and over and over again, right? I mean, so it at least there's something different going on there. All right.
Well, is this what's currently come out now, or is this still coming soon?
This is new releases, so you can actually get over there and like grab these right now. You know, you get the Red Hulk, which has always been my personal
Twilight Zone.
favorite.
Cool.
They get the Twilight Zone, the ones we were just looking at last week.
You'd think, especially with the week of releasing a big video game for your company, you'd be doing high press for it, but yeah, they're not doing none of that.
Once again, it's like the strangeness that is Funko does like really strange like ways of doing things. It's like they want to. It's like they want to. They want other people to do their marketing for them, but then they don't want to reward the people that are doing the marketing for them unless you're a select group.
Yeah.
Really weird. Really weird what they have going on. But that's just the way Funko will always be. They were probably counting on some influencers to do it for them. I seen that one influencer in particular has kind of beat it into the ground. So I would imagine that like that was the mainstay, is that they wouldn't have to really do anything and they would just kind of let a few influencers like get it out there to everyone. But they didn't. Just because somebody collects Funko doesn't mean that they're the right influencer for a video game, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Just because this person collects and makes Funko videos doesn't mean that they're the right person to get it out there, because they're only going to get it out there to the people that are watching the Funko content, right? And we all know that that group is not nearly as big as they'd like us to believe it is.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's really weird what they have going on, and they've always been that way. They'll just be weird. I like this Grogu.
Yeah, the Christmas lights on it. That one's pretty cool. What's funny is I'm even oddly attracted to, if we go back, they had a Mando and a Grogu, but I was trying to figure out if that was like a smaller one that they've done in the past, but that one actually, why it's not showing for some reason right
Yeah,
now.
I had to back all the way up for some reason,
But
and go that way,
nice
and
going up
then it
somewhere.
did something.
Oh, those are exclusive.
Yeah, then it did something weird.
But it kind of reminds me of those two right there in the middle.
Yeah,
It's kind of like those old school porcelain Christmas ornaments that
Yeah,
you
they-
had back in the day.
I wonder if that's what they were trying to do
I
here,
think
because
that's what they were trying to accomplish with that, because I mean, especially that one alone, the shine, the it's more of a glitter shine, stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely a holiday one, but it looks like one of those porcelain ornaments, and I think Mando one is kind of the same way.
it's clearly different.
Oh yeah.
Clearly,
It's small, it's basic, but
strange.
if you remember those old school porcelain ones, I mean, that even the Nutcracker always stand tall, hands to the side. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm actually not hating that.
I'm hating it. I'm hating it.
I like
don't
the
even know
old school porcelain things, I guess.
All right, I found another like trailer though while we were like scrolling through that one. So let's get over there. I want to check out another trailer of these things. The shine is definitely different. It looks really weird to me.
Yeah, I guarantee they're going for more of the porcelain ornament type look.
Here we go. Let me like pull this one up real quick though. See, but this has actually got some gameplay going on with it. I don't know how much we'll see though.
Umbrella Academy character.
Yeah, I mean, so that's clearly like a battle royale style that he has going on there.
But there's definitely some storyline involved there, because that person is playing by themselves. So I'm assuming you're going to have of course, a multiplayer battle royale plus.
This,
You're probably, that still seems part of a lot of the same storyline type.
you think so?
Yeah. Because those are definite AI. Yeah, this is definitely storyline. So there could be a storyline. So you could probably gonna have a couple different ways. You're probably gonna do. There's probably some sort of online battle royale. There's gonna be a basic storyline. I guarantee you, there's gonna be like a co-op storyline that you can go on and have your friends join you with them and stuff like that. Yeah, this is definite storyline stuff.
Well, let's hope that they don't do the whole game like that. Ooh. Do you see what that is? You didn't see what that is, did you?
He-Man, Captain Grayskull.
He-Man, yes. He-Man's castle that we had going on there.
I think that's Grayskull or something like that, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, this is definite first player gameplay.
Hey, so look, it looks cool. I can get behind this.
But see, I'm into that. Like, I don't. I see my kids playing things like Roblox all the time, and I just don't understand it. I will never understand that type of gaming. Whereas at least I don't mind playing, storylines because at least there's a goal in mind. There's maybe an end thing in there, stuff like that. So I'm okay with that. But I think they better have something. Of course, there's some sort of co-op and battle royale type thing. They gotta have that in there somewhere.
Look, so I had to see that just to see what it was about. I had to throw that up there real quick.
Now I don't know as far as pop culture. If you've seen, there's actually been a good amount of stuff in this past week since we last talked. One of the big things is of course was it James Earl Jones passed away just the other day. Of course, been many movies, but also voiced Darth Vader. So, and what's funny is that somebody had posted up a picture with Star Wars and like the old school original ones where like it had all the original cast, and there's only two people left: Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill. That's it.
Oh.
That's the only people left.
That's it.
That's it. Of course, then still talking pop culture. Linkin Park came back. They did a live stream, releasing a new song, a new album, releasing some tour dates and stuff like that. I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan of Linkin Park for since the day they started, so I'm excited. But it's definitely the feeling is 50-50 even in my own household. So
I'm not going to see Linkin Park.
If they come out live, I have a good feeling the big festival we have out here in Orlando every year is Rockville, that they have out at Daytona Motor Speedway, and I have a good feeling they'll be there, and I may actually go to that just to go watch them. But
not a chance I'm going to see.
For me, it's a band that I've been watching since 2000, so
right.
I'm excited. And then there's one other pop culture type news, but I forgot, so I'm gonna have to get back to it later.
So I had to bring this guy up because I know everyone has missed it. I know everybody has missed the Star Wars snowman that they made last year. I know that we all remember it. We had the Stormtroopers. We had all of the OG characters. I even think we had a Grogu, to be honest.
They had all of them.
So I know you guys missed it. I wanted to throw it up there so that we could say hello to the snowmen again. Funko, thank you for bringing us these snowmen. We appreciate it so much. Nothing?
Yeah, we could. I got nothing. I know I harassed you about it last year, and I really didn't care, to be honest with you. But yeah, they were pretty hideous. They were pretty ugly. Oh yeah, that last bit of news. And if you guys didn't go see it already, I know Wayne's family and my family have already gone and seen it. Beetlejuice did come out in theaters last Friday. We did go see it this weekend. I thought it was but there was a mixed bag on the storyline, to be honest.
So I'll agree with you.
The storyline was kind of.
I'll agree with you. It was definitely not as good as the first one.
No,
but it wasn't a bad movie.
No, I don't say. Right. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but the storyline was kind of. There's like multiple storylines going on within the same movie,
and then like the way they did some of the things were very very strange. It was very Tim Burtonist.
Yeah,
very Tim Burtonist. We'll just talk about it when the dad dies. They went all animated with it instead of they went all claymation.
The guy that played the father in the first movie, he's not dead by any means.
Right, but in the movie, when they killed him in the movie, he went all claymation. Do you remember that part? Mm-hmm. They went all claymation with it. It was really weird for me.
Well, you know why they didn't bring him back, right?
No.
They didn't bring him back because it's probably been 10 years from now. But yeah, he was. It's kind of the Kevin Spacey thing. He was accused of um, sexual assault and basically went into hiding and basically ended his career at that
Oh,
point. But he hasn't done anything since, and nobody will touch him. So that is actually the reason why they did not bring him back.
well, I mean, they did bring him back, but just like
Well, of sorts, but
from
they didn't use his actual voice or anything. But
right, just from the chest down, they brought him back.
yeah,
Just from. But anyways, that was kind of weird to me when they did that. I was like, we should have gave me like. A, I wasn't a big fan of that, but I guess I
it was
understand it.
just a weird part of that storyline, and even
Yeah.
the Beetlejuice storyline was kind of weird because you had this one storyline of him fantasizing about Winona Ryder's character, and then also there's the ex-wife thing, which I think could have been played out a little bit better than it was. But then of course then you got the girl with the ghost boyfriend, and then that was another storyline, and then you had another storyline down here with the weirdo fiance, and then it was just like there was multiple different storylines going on within the same movie.
I agree. They had lots going on at the same time, but I don't think it was one of Tim Burton's best pieces of work. I'll put it that way.
No, I
I
think
don't feel
this
like it was one
was.
of the best.
I definitely think this was one more of giving the fans what they've wanted for many years, because what he did was he gave them more Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was, he was never really in the original movie that much. So really this was more of give the fans what they've been asking for what, 30 years now, and give them more Beetlejuice essentially.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was one of his best pieces of work. I mean, I was like,
If you want to be entertained, go watch it.
it's entertaining.
It's very entertaining. I'll give you
It's
that.
entertaining. So check this out. I don't know if we've seen this one already. We got the Grinch and Max 2-pack. I can get down with this one.
Yeah, I could definitely. I mean, Grinch is always cool. I mean, I'm usually more of a a solo pack, but I think this is you just have to have this way. You have to have Grinch, you have to have Max together.
Well, I think it was the first time that I actually feel like what you just said. Like this is one of them that you had to have these two together. If you were going to sell them, they had to be together. I mean, or at least that's the way I felt about it.
Yeah, I completely. You have to, because I think they've released both of them separately, but I think this just makes sense for a 2-pack.
Totally agree with that statement. I am with it. Christina says it's cute. Let's go. Let's go. That guy is cute. Let's see what else they got coming back though. Funko really hasn't given us a lot to work with right now. They just decided that they didn't want us to have a whole lot of like Funko stuff right now, other than the fact that they got the new game coming out that they're not promoting. It seems really weird that they're not promoting it, but what do we know?
I'm trying to look because I seen somebody the other day too, and I might have to try to get out to Disney or something. But we're supposed to have a. Someone said they found where they found it. I may have to try to find it, but they're supposed to have a Disney Parks exclusive for 2024, and I don't know if it was for an event or something, but it was actually Sorcerer Mickey, and here it is. It was a D23 exclusive. So there's actually a 2-pack with Sorcerer Mickey and Chinnabog, the big demon guy from Fantasia.
Right.
So it was supposed to be. It has a Disney Parks exclusive. So I didn't even know they did one. So I might actually have to go try to find that soon. They found it in Magic Kingdom. So that's a horrible picture of it, but I didn't hear anything about this being released beforehand.
Here we go. We got one of your favorite ones on the planet. This guy should be coming out. You can go pick him up right now.
I will say I did hear, and definitely not. I mean, Willy Wonka. I think the original one that they did, where they did the whole golden ticket, I think that was a great idea. But I'll tell you some that are coming out that I actually just saw that I'm really excited for is Futurama. I love Futurama.
What do you mean you love
They have
Futurama?
some. I love Futurama. I love that the 3 different networks has brought this show back, and they keep making it. Futurama is probably one of my most favorite animated whatever entertainment shows of all time. I absolutely love Futurama, and they actually released some new Futurama pops, which they need to start doing more of that.
What do you think about this one?
What is it?
So it's going to be from Casino. You remember from Casino?
Oh! This is
Hold on,
Robert De Niro's character, Sam
yeah.
Rothstein. Oh yeah, that's a good. Actually, yeah, okay, I could see that one. It took me a moment, but of course you got the little mole underneath the eye. You got the down, and that outfit, of course, is the outfit I believe he was wearing when he's kind of doing the narration, and they showed him standing in the middle of the casino, cigarette in his hand, white pants, red jacket. Yeah, classic. It's one of my. I'm probably up there in my.
Oh, it's in my top 10
top
for
50,
sure.
I was gonna say top 15, top 10, but definitely up there in my top favorite movies where I can literally watch that movie over and over and over again and still enjoy it.
It's definitely this is definitely one of them that is in the top 10 for sure.
But it is not Brett does not break my top 5, and a Robert De Niro movie is in my top 5 all time.
New DD from Dexter is going to be releasing here soon. No, this is also in everybody's wish list. Everybody's going to have a DD.
That's Dexter's Laboratory, isn't it?
That is Dexter's Laboratory for sure. 100%. That is Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter's Laboratory.
It's so long. It's been so.
See
long.
what?
It's been so long since I've
What do you
seen
mean?
things. Again, I was more. I don't know. I love Futurama, and I go more into that route myself.
What?
Yeah,
you're killing me. So I was a cartoon everything. I watch all of them. Futurama, Dexter's Laboratory.
I remember
Powerpuff Girls.
I remember back in the day, you got Johnny Bravo. You had
Johnny Bravo. All of them.
In fact, I remember I used to work for a water park in San Jose, California, and if part of your costume or your uniform, actually, first it's uniform out there, you had to make sure you always had sunglasses because you're sitting in the sun all the time. If you forgot your sunglasses, they always had this box full of what they called Johnny Bravos. And it was basically just the cheapest plastic sunglasses, kind of similar to what he wore in the movies. And so that's what it was always coined. If you forgot your sunglasses, you had to go get a pair of Johnny Bravos. So I always thought that was kind of funny.
Johnny Bravos. This is going to be on Christmas, Chris's Christmas list, guys. So make sure that we get over there and snag some of them.
I mean, I can being a Universal Monsters type of fan. I can appreciate a good mashup. I just would not have pictured mashing up Care Bears and Universal Monsters.
Oh, I figured this is 1,000% on your list of things that you have to have.
I mean, maybe some characters, but definitely not that one. I mean, Gilman was never the biggest, Universal monster. Maybe a Frankenstein or a Dracula or something, but definitely not a Gilman.
I figured that this is on the list for you.
Nope.
Elfster list. Chris's Elfster list right here, guys. So make sure you
Again, I've finally condensed my collection down to a couple basic. I don't even know what to call them. I got my Captain Americas. I got my Back to the Futures. I've got my Walt Disney's, and then other Disney stuff randomly and some icons and stuff like that mixed into it. But I really don't have, other than the stuff here on the wall, some Ready Player One and some Halo. That's pretty much what I collect. So if I buy a pop nowadays, if it doesn't fit into a normal collection like Captain America or something like that, it's just I don't care about it going up in price. I just buy it because I like it.
I am with you. What about this one right here? Are you going to need to get your hands on
Baymax,
the?
Baymax with heart hands. I can respect that. It's a good one. I would like to see if there's going to do a heart hands, make that for like a charity event type thing or a charity exclusive. I think that would have been cooler. But Baymax is always a lot of fun. He is your healthcare companion.
This is the ones that I am truly excited for.
Harry Potter gingerbread this year. Well, they've
I
already done the whole gingerbread thing with DC. They've done the gingerbread thing with Marvel. So I guess why not do Harry Potter this year?
I mean, they had to. Why not?
So you can get the whole Hogwarts castle as in gingerbread form. I don't know.
I can't wait. This is definitely one of them that I am excited to see. I'm gonna go get 19 of them, and I'm going to have a whole Hogwarts like themed Christmas party. Y'all are all invited for it. Christmas themed.
Which house are you going to be a part of?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Everybody's invited though.
You seem more like a Hufflepuff.
I don't think I'm any of them. I don't think I'd probably be slithering if I had to like. I'd probably be a slithering if I had to like guess. I mean, that's probably where I would have to live. Would be like in a slithering. But
I'll stick with Ravenclaw.
I'm gonna do a massive Christmas party, guys. We're gonna have gingerbread, Harry Potter everywhere. We're gonna do pumpkin spice, as everyone knows. This is my favorite.
Oh God, please don't.
Holiday spice of all times is the pumpkin spice. So it's gonna be.
Wait, well, hold on. In whose book? I personally hate the entire pumpkin spice thing. In like to no end, I hate the pumpkin spice.
We have a pumpkin spice Skittle now.
I hate the everything. There's only one thing pumpkin needs to belong in, and that is a pie. And that's it. And I don't care whether you have it with a pie with a crust underneath, or you do a popover where you do the crust all the way around. Pumpkin only belongs in a goddamn pie and nothing else. Just leave pumpkin spice. It's too much. It's too much. I can't stand it. It really it irks me so bad. I don't know why it bothers me so much. The whole pumpkin spice thing. Like I can do peppermint for Christmas time. Oh, that's fantastic. Love it. Eggnog, great, absolutely. Pumpkin spice. I love pumpkin pie. I can't do pumpkin spice everything.
We're gonna have we've got pumpkin spice Skittles now.
No.
So you can like come to Doomsday Delights and get your pumpkin spice Skittles now. People are coining us as like the kings of flavors.
That cannot be part of a Techbot magic mystery flavor.
So we got the pumpkin spice.
Skittles. We need an eggnog magic mystery flavor.
Hey, you want me to tell you a secret about that mystery flavor?
I don't know what it is even.
It's a mystery flavor to us too.
I have no idea. You always won't tell me what it is.
You want me to tell you what it is?
No, actually, I don't want to know.
I'll tell you. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to us.
Now, let me ask you though. You released that on what, Friday?
Yeah, it sold out.
You sold out the first night,
and it should have because they're pretty good. But everybody.
I did see some people they're doing the pick 3 and they just bought 3 of those.
Yeah, so everybody loves a good mystery. It's so crazy to me. Like it's so crazy to me like how many people like enjoy a good mystery, because I had no idea before like getting into Funko that there were so many people out there that enjoyed a good mystery box and a good mystery. So we kind of get those more often than I would think. People are like, oh, just let it all be a mystery. You put in whatever you want. I just want it to be a mystery. And then you have people like what you said. They'll be like, give me 15 of just that one. Like the cherry cola has been a crazy fan favorite, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's really damn good. I did not think that we were going to pull that off. We set on that idea for like 3 weeks, just kind of contemplating how we were going to pull it off. And then once we like thought of ways that we could pull it off, even then I didn't think we could. Even then I was like, oh, it's probably not going to work. So I was totally shocked that it turned out as good as it did.
No, one thing I have to tell you, my youngest keeps bothering me all the time. She keeps honestly, I probably get this at least 3 times a week. She goes, She goes, Dad, because every time I pop on and see you live, she thinks about it, and she goes, Dad, is he ever gonna do the Disney challenge and send
Yes.
back our Disney
Yes,
candies?
I am.
I was like, I know
Yes.
he's really busy, so he's gonna do it at some point, but
Yes,
he
here real
will do
soon.
it. She asked me every single time,
I got you.
and I think it's funny as shit.
Well, that'll speed me up knowing that she's waiting for it. I got you. I got you. That'll speed me up a little. I got you. It's just tough, man. I'm so damn busy. Like I told you before, it kills me when people are like, "Oh, I'm so busy. I'm doing these 2 things twice a week." Wait, what? Hey, you're not that busy. But no, now that'll speed me up. I'll get on it faster. That, and if you haven't tried the apple pie, you need to try the apple pie. I can't believe we pulled off the apple pie neither. It tastes like an apple pie when you're making them. You believe that someone is making an apple pie
You
in
got to
the
mix
house.
it. What you got to do then is you got to do a apple pie a la mode, and then you got to basically take half the bag and do the apple pie seasoning, and then the other half of the bag do like a vanilla seasoning. So then you get that apple pie a la mode connection between the two of them. You do like a mashup.
It's actually a really good idea.
See, I got ideas.
Man, you shouldn't be doing that because then I figure out how to pull these ideas off.
I got ideas.
Really good idea you had there.
Just like, dude, you do the same time of mashup with like root beer and vanilla. You make a root beer float.
Absolutely. That's kind of genius. All right, I'm gonna have to sit down and play with it.
A future Techbot magic mystery flavor. You'll never know when you get.
It's like the Willy Wonka wall. I didn't ever think that I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I do enjoy it a lot. Getting back to my gingerbread fetish, they're gonna be, the whole house is gonna be gingerbread. I can't stand gingerbread.
As long as it's not pumpkin spice,
I can't stand gingerbread. Just so everybody knows, and I can't stand pumpkin spice. There's 2 flavors that I can't
don't mind
stand.
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread's
got great smelling.
So
I'll eat a gingerbread cookie from time to time.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I don't
So
mind.
we were making both of them, the gingerbread and the pumpkin spice. I had to try them because I feel like I have to like give it an effort, right? The gingerbread almost made me like gag. I mean, God's to honest. There's only this is not that crowd, so I can say it. God's to honest. I mean, like had me like in my whole feelings with like how bad I hated the taste of it. In my feelings, how bad I hated it. The pumpkin spice is equally as bad to me. Those are 2 flavors for some reason I just don't like. And the pumpkin pie tastes just like pumpkin pie. You know how I know that it tastes just like pumpkin pie? Because I hate pumpkin pie. That's how I know it tastes just like pumpkin pie.
I'm a big pumpkin pie fan.
Oh.
In fact, I even seen, we go to Costco. For some reason we go there damn near every week now.
No,
they just started putting out. They already started making their big old pumpkin pie, and if it wasn't for the fact that I can't eat a lot right now, I probably would have already gotten that and eaten about half of it.
I'm not sure what's wrong with you. I thought that we were on the same page a second ago.
I'll do pumpkin pie. I'll do a pumpkin pie. That's the only place pumpkin flavor belongs.
No, it doesn't even belong there. Whoever thought of that was a masochist. I mean, they're a masochist.
Pumpkin pie turnover. I'm good with that too. Nowhere else. Stop there. No more.
I think I have the problem. Okay, so you know how some people can't have they can't do what is that damn thing people say tastes like soap? The I like drew a blank on that one. Cilantro. Some people can't eat cilantro. Some people say cilantro tastes like soap.
Cilantro on like Mexican food and shit.
Right. I can put cilantro on everything. I think it's the greatest thing on the planet.
Cilantro is great.
Yeah, and so some people say cilantro tastes like soap. I think I have the same problem with fall flavors. I just do not like. My brain says.
What about like peppermint for Christmas time?
Peppermint's fine, but those spices they put in the ginger and that pumpkin. Oh my god! Oh, there's no chance on this planet that I'm gonna stomach it.
Are you an eggnog person?
I am not. No, eggnog. All right, here's some new Stranger Things. This is gonna be right up your alley. What do you think? And go.
I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to pull off with this. Now they've of course already done. The Demogorgons are a remold, the Vecna's a remold, and I believe I can't remember the monster's name right now, but the Upside Down, I believe, or the Mind Flayer. That's right. I think they've already done this, but the color scheme. I mean, they're definitely doing a sort of color scheme here, but I'm not quite sure what they're trying to pull off. And I'm sorry, but if people can't quite figure out what you're trying to pull off, then obviously you didn't do it.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what they have going on. The one thing I could say is what you just said. All of those are like remolds.
Yeah, they're all remolds. They've already released.
Every one of them are remolds. They just brought back out the same molds as before. You know how I feel about that. At some point, they have to like let molds die.
I don't hate it if they do, if they have a theme with it or something like that. If they have a basis for doing it, yeah. Because the thing is, I mean, maybe if you're one. I mean, and I have a couple of Stranger Things stuff, things like that. I like it. But am I gonna buy all three of these together? It's the only way these are gonna look good if you absolutely have all three of them together. Keep the color scheme, stuff like that. But a lot of people are going to just go after a Demogorgon, which is, I guarantee, going to be the most popular out of the three. I mean, the paint, it looks cool, but I don't understand what it's not even upside down look. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what they are. They're heavily like edited though. I mean, they won't look like that in person, so that's kind of a disappointing like factor right there alone, is the fact that they're not going to look like a person. We can move multiple pages on this now. I like the way like Hot Stuff for Geeks just changed their layout, and I like their new layout. This is not bad at all. It used to be when you'd click on this, it would take you to a completely different window, so we couldn't really like talk about this like in the chat like we can right now. But this is one of them that you said that you're going to be going after. This one, I think, to be really
I will be looking for this one.
The only thing that would have made this one more popular, though, is if maybe they had Kevin really back behind that instead of some little creepy kid. Like,
could you imagine, especially even just a normal? Because I do like Christmas pops, but then something that really reminds me of something. Kevin McAllister here, I think, is great. Reminds me of a great movie. You put a display of both Kevin McAllister and that big old display that you have, and I know I have it too, of the Christmas Vacation with all the lights on the house. That's just a cool setup right there.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely be a really cool setup. I tell you what would make this one better though is if you put him with the two thieves on the other side of it.
Yes, I think, and although I don't like the thieves that they recently released, I think I'd have to have it. But I do agree, if you got the Kevin McAllister and the Kevin McAllister house, you also have to have the thieves right on the other side of it. It just you kind of have to have that.
I agree, 100% a necessity. Other than that, guys, y'all know that like Funko is always feast or famine, right? I mean, Funko is always feast or famine.
The only other one that I've seen, to be honest with you, is those, which they're not showing it on there, is Diz Tracker. What is it? This thing doing? The Diz Tracker had shown some Futurama ones.
See, no, I do believe that this is going to be a really hot pop. I am 100% convinced that this one is going to be a hot one. I don't know how hot though, because we know that the Funko market for like as far as it going up in price and collecting, it's just not been there anymore. So I don't know that it's going to go up in value, but maybe it sells out in like a year. Maybe in like a year from now, this guy like sells out for real. Not really sure. Maybe they vault him in 10 years from now after they remake the mold another 15 times. Maybe. I don't know. I do know that it's pretty cool though. That's what I do know.
Trying to pull that up. So here's an Instagram page. I'll bring this up real quick. And these are the only ones I actually care about that they actually even brought out, because they brought out, I guess, some exclusives too. Bring this up. I hate those videos with a passion.
So they actually come out with some new ones that aren't going to be that bad.
So you got these, which I believe are Funko Specialty Series exclusives. This is, of course, Bender Burp Fire with his beer, and he's going to have a glow chase with the, looks like his eyes halfway shut at that point. That's a really cool one. Of course, Bender, a classic, but they also had there it goes.
Was that the only difference?
The glow, it glows. So I'm assuming that maybe the flame probably glows or something like that. But they were calling it a glow chase, right? Is what they were calling it. Of course, you got 4 new ones. You got Philip J. Fry. You got Matador Bender, which of course is great because the cape says Bender is great. You got Turunga Leela, and you got, I think, which I don't think they've ever brought him out before. If they did, it was in his normal outfit. You've got Sexy Zap Brannigan.
Don't think that I've ever seen that one. Maybe they've come out with him before.
I think they've got the regular Zap Brannigan with him in his normal outfit, but this is the first time I've seen this one, which is definitely kind of cool. And then Turunga Leela is also in a kicking pose, which I think is kind of cool. But Futurama,
yes,
huge Futurama fan. I've seen all the seasons. I've watched all seasons twice. I absolutely love that show. I can't get enough of it.
I can get behind every one of these. I go back to that chase though. Let me see that chase variant again. I swear to God, they just like changed his eyes. Christina says that
I think as far as a look, yes.
They just changed his eyes.
They just changed his eyes, but it is, like I said, it's slated as a glow chase.
So they glowed his eyes and teeth, and that was it, right? I mean,
it is kind of a weaker one.
That is a very.
To be honest, I'd be happy with just the regular one. His eyes open, burping flames. I'm good with just that one.
Christina says she'd like to see the lady with the birds in Home Alone. That would be a really good one.
That's Home Alone 2, yes. The pigeon lady.
That would be a really good one with the pigeon lady. And then she says, or do you think that maybe they should do one in the van? I think they should do both of those. The van would be really cool if they would put them they'd put them on top of it, wouldn't they? So they would, and then they'd only want to do one of them. Yeah, that'd be weird. So they, instead of doing both of them, they would only want to do one of them on top of the van. I don't know. That the van probably wouldn't work. I think that we would like to see it work, but in reality, it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because it's just a creepy old van, and doing it as a pop ride. I'm not.
Well, you could, but you would have to figure out how you're going to put both of them on the front of it, like they're in the van together. I mean, unless they made a really big version and then stuck them in the van, or they made like a deluxe version that was just like the front of the van with those two like in the box. I don't know. They could pull it off if they thought about it really hard. But
I think I'd rather see a U-Haul truck with John Candy's character.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But that one's weird.
What you got?
No, I'm just saying. I'm thinking about what the options they could do with that. But like I said, I think they've done pretty well. I mean, the McAllister house is definitely iconic. It is up for sale right now if anyone actually wants to buy it.
I thought about like going and picking it up and then doing like a Home Alone like 5 in it, but my wife talked me out of it, so it's not going to be happening anytime.
And they're selling it for like 1.2 or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. So they're coming out with some cool ones. I still don't really understand these. Like you said,
things are so
stupid.
dumb.
I still don't really understand them. They're coming out with another Ghostbusters. You're coming out with the Avatar. Lord of the Rings is trying to make like a comeback. I don't think they'll ever like.
Hold on here. I am a diehard J.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings fan.
Do you think
Lord of the Rings will never go out of style? No. Mind you, Game of Thrones wouldn't have been such a big fall. Mind you, I'm still watching. I got 2. I'm in I think 3. I think I have 3 more seasons left, and it's fantastic. But it would not have been nearly as good had Lord of the Rings not come out and done as well as it did. Lord of the Rings is so fantastic. I can still watch it. My wife can't. I was literally watching one day. She came in the house, and I was watching Fellowship of the Ring. Watched the entire thing through. I love.
You know what Lord of the Rings reminds me of?
What's that?
Do you remember the very first Harry Potter film?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was
with the Sorcerer's Stone. Well, no.
it? The Hobbit?
Maybe the Hobbit. Maybe I'll give you the Hobbit. But Sorcerer's Stone, I mean, it had some decent action. I mean, Fellowship was probably the slowest out of all of them, to be honest with you.
Do you remember how bad The Hobbit was?
I actually like the Hobbit.
You like The Hobbit, the
I
movie?
like the Hobbit series. I read the book. In fact, my science, I had in junior high, we had a class. I can't remember what class it was. We actually read J.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit for class, and that's where I fell in love with J.R. Tolkien's work. And I did. I enjoyed it. Now, of course, the book is still way better. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But again, I am a hardcore closet. I mean, I actually can't even say I'm a closet nerd. I am a big time nerd about certain things. Lord of the Rings. I am a diehard. Lord of the Rings. It ain't going away. In fact, I believe he's talked about doing. What the hell was I just reading recently that Peter Jackson was talking about doing? And it's another J.R. Tolkien. Now I gotta find out.
I'm just gonna pray that they don't come out with any more of them, but I'm gonna silently do it like to myself. So they're coming out with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which they got at least 4, 6, or 8 of those guys to make. They got the Superman. That one will be pretty cool. Superman the movie, even though they all have that stupid, strange look. We all know that look is annoying. And then you got SpongeBob SquarePants. Hey, look, there's some of them that'll be coming out. If you get into that kind of thing, there they are. I mean, they're not terrible looking. So you got the SpongeBob, which is probably the best one out of the group. You have this last Airbender that looks just like Superman. Lo and behold, nothing really changes. And then just the color of the outfits that they're wearing. And then you got the turtle, which also looks just like this guy. Because look, they both have bald heads. They both have the same eyes. Then you have
the characters look like the again they look like those kids toys that my kids used to have, that like the little tykes or
little
like
tyke.
Yeah,
they look just like little tykes, right? So you got your little tykes toys. Just in case you don't have any more of those toys, you can go buy them from Funko now, and you can be just like a little tykes yourself. I don't want to grow up.
So they are. Peter Jackson is doing a new movie with Andy Serkis. I don't even know how to say his last name. The guy who played Gollum, called The Hunt for Gollum.
Please don't. Just please don't.
I'm gonna be right there on opening day to go see it.
Don't, guys. Why don't you make
should I show up in like a Hobbit outfit?
You should. 100% you should. You should show up as Gandalf the Grey. Is what you should
I could probably pull that off by now. I'm getting too old.
You should show up as Gandalf the Grey. That's what you should do.
Gandalf comes out in 2026.
Or if you don't like any of those, we got Caddyshack coming up here soon.
The classic, Chevy Chase.
I've been trying to think about when they're doing these, what is their market group? Have you thought about that at all? What is
because their market group is our market group, and I'm again, to be 1,000% honest, if Funko just released the cases, I mean, screw the character inside. I think this character inside is absolutely stupid. The market audience is us because of the icon on the front. It has to resemble the Blockbuster Video icon. It's pretty much very close to it. So it's trying to capture us who used to go to Blockbuster Video, rent our VHSs every weekend, stuff like that. It has a similar type of Blockbuster VHS type of case. That we are the market audience. Unfortunately, the biggest problem with these is the actual figure.
Well,
I'm not sad about the VHS case. It's a figure.
Well, I think unless you're one of those kid channels, you really can't get into this, right? And that's kind of the thing. When you made the reference to isn't this the little tykes? Like, aren't these the little tykes? That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of something that not even like an infant plays with, right? I mean, we went back further to like even the childhood I remember, and we went into the infant stages of childhood. So I think the only like channels that can get behind these are the kids, right? You have to be like a
But
kid.
you have to think about this too.
Age group is not there for the kids.
If you bought these, right? Now, what are people our age? We buy these, we use these as display items.
Okay.
We stick them up on our shelf, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, what are you going to be showing? You're going to be showing the VHS cover.
Yep.
So, the people that this being aimed towards give no care about the character that's inside. In fact, I probably wouldn't even take it out of the plastic because I don't even care about the character
But
inside.
it's smaller than a VHS.
It is. It is. I think that's where they also missed the mark. If they made the mark, they just brought out the case that looked exactly like a VHS cover,
Even close.
and maybe they did some slight changes where they showed a Funko version of the Gopher. I'd be okay with that. I don't give two shits about the actual figurine inside. But just give me the case because most people are never going to have that case open. That's just like trying to display one of the Funko vaults. It sucks because you just got a vault sitting there and you got to open it up just to see it. This at least has a cover on the outside, so it's at least decently displayable. But that's about it.
I appreciate your way of looking at it, but that little bitty case is just gonna look awkward sitting on the shelf. You're gonna have friends over, and they're gonna be like, "What is that little tiny like VHSs you have up there?" And you're gonna be like, "Oh, those are my little tykes. Let's take a look at those." And they're gonna be like, "Man, you're kind of weird."
Yeah, I think there was I think it was one of those. There was a great idea at the idea table, extremely poor execution.
Extremely poor. Like, let's make them all look like little tykes, and
Yeah.
then try and market them to middle-aged
Well, you got to remember
adults.
too is I think this is also this is coming off of Funko sodas being so widely popular and getting so big because they got the can, they got the weird little figure inside, stuff like that, and then let's try what can we do to try to peg off of that same aspect. Oh, let's do VHS tapes. All right, that's not a bad idea, but the people that actually put it together is completely screwed up the idea. I think that's what it was. It was the next evolution after sodas.
I see what you're saying. Like, they thought, well, we did it with the sodas, and we'll do it with these, right? But then they totally missed like
They missed
the
the mark.
idea. Say what?
They completely missed the mark.
Yeah, totally missed like the idea of being able to like pull that off, like
Because
to the point that it was strange.
yeah, because if you literally would have like made them more normal and give it a little adjustment, I guarantee you release cases of like the Disney franchises, Goofy movie, Fantasia, Sleeping Beauty stuff. You know how many people, how many Disney fans would be on top of that? You re-release all the classic original movie covers for Star Wars on the front of those. You know how popular that would be. It would be great, and they did it, but they completely missed the mark on it.
I'm with you. It's super strange. I don't know what they had going on there. Super strange. I don't think that they'll ever be super successful, and I'm still going to stand by the fact that if you have those on your channel, then you must be a kid. I mean, it must be you must be a kid if you're super. I can't think of any other way. Any other way. I
Or
just
you're
can't.
just giving them to your kid and just want the case. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, or you're just after the content. I mean, that could be it too.
Well, there's a lot of even newbies I've seen recently that I started popping up on my stuff. People doing Funko stuff, and it's like, dude, you're a day late and $1 short.
You're just after like the content, which I guess is okay if that's what you're after. What do you got going on next week? Anything?
Not really much. I don't know. We've been kind of laying low, stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I said, we're trying to get ready. We got Grey Wolf Lodge coming up next month. So really not much coming up through the end of this year. I just got a lot of work. I got a lot going on at work. So I've been kind of die hard into that right now. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. And not only for me, I'm working at hard with a lot of stuff within work, but also within work. I'm possibly triggering on a verge of a whole new realm and a new position within the company that I work for. And it's something that I've wanted for a very, very long time. So it's right about on the grass for me to grab, and it's going to be there soon. So I'm excited.
That is awesome. Well, I mean, hopefully you'll see a video for me come this Friday. Fingers crossed that it actually happens.
We getting the Disney challenge?
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we see that video all the way to the end.
Because the next time she says something, I'm gonna videotape her asking for the Disney candy just so I can send it to you.
There you go. All right, brother.
All right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, I don't know if we said at the beginning of the show, we will not be on next week. I have some stuff that's going on that is happening unless Wayne decides to jump on with somebody else. Otherwise, we will be back the following week.
You never know. Channel. You never know. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. See you next week. Or one of those weeks. Or a week. Or one of those.
You guys are going to have to put this in the description. You know, I'm going to leave this show tonight a little worse off, I think, quite honestly, than where we began. Everybody is watching this and watching this on the replay. You are now dumber and less important in life because of what has transpired here this evening. We apologize for what's going on right now. I'm going to try to pretend like none of this happened.